Wike finally breaks the table and threw away the legs of all the chairs that were connecting the table. You recall that Aminu Tambuwal was on channel televisions about a week ago, and then when Shin was asking some personal questions, you asked him, he said you betrayed Wike, and then he denied it, that only play politics but did not have anything to do with betrayal, that he never betrayed Wike. In fact, he made reference, of which you are going to watch right now, that if Wike appears now and requests for his phone, he would rather give Wike the phone than giving Wike leadership, which signal a whole lot of meanings. And this really did not go down well with Wike. Here is Wike on channel televisions this morning, and is ready to expose and blow up anything signal. Anyway, let's take a watch at this video and hear how Wike exposed both Tambuwal and Atiku. I'll be right back.
But there's a very major issue which I'd like you to, that those who are close to you, who thought that they may be your friend, but they don't trust you in some affairs. A lot of Nigerians, like Aminu Tambuwal, you're very good. And maybe there are a few people who are watching right now who did not catch that. Let me refresh our memories for a few seconds. This is what former Governor Tambuwal, Senator Tambuwal, representing Sokoto State in the National Assembly. This is what he said about Minister Yensom Wike.
Vice President Atiku comes in here, and Yensom Wike comes in here and requests this my phone, which is personal to me. Today, I'll personally give it to Yensom Wike.
Oh, so he's more friend today than Atiku?
As a personal friend.
Oh.
But when it comes to leadership of this country and leadership of the people, tomorrow, not even today, I'd rather support Atiku than Yensom Wike.
So you believe in the leadership of an Atiku than Yensom Wike? All right. That is the view of your very good friend Aminu Tambuwal. He doesn't trust you with leadership, but he said as a friend, you are a good friend, but he doesn't think that you're a good leader.
I'm sure. What do you talk about leadership and friendship? You cannot talk about leadership and not talk about a person. I was privileged to have these clips and I will go. Luckily for me, I have never come out on national television to talk about Aminu Tambuwal. But this is an opportunity to talk about him. And I will tell you. He said he trusts Atiku in terms of leadership. Shane, why not? These are people who have been consistently inconsistent. Consistently inconsistent. You know, when they are consistent betrayer, what do you expect? Now, birds of the same feather flock together. There is no way Aminu will not go along with Atiku, knowing fully well the antecedents. Now we'll come to that. What does he know about leadership? Take for example, Atiku was in PDP 1999. Is that not correct? Is that not correct? He became the vice president. Is that not correct? He went to challenge his boss. People pleaded with him. He pretended. Later, the now president Asuwaju gave him ticket in what? AC or AC, is not correct? He left. He came back to PDP to run. He didn't make it. He left to join APC. He ran against Buhari. He lost. He came back to the same PDP, right? He got the ticket in 2019. He got the ticket in 2022. We failed him.
You were responsible for
this? Yes, very much. Very much.
You put fire in your own party.
No, not my party. You have to fail people who are not consistent in life.
So we are responsible in...
No, not about responsible. I played a role. Don't make it look too... I was the head person.
To ensure that Atiku does not win.
Yes.
And you're happy with that?
Very much happy. Even I will do it now, but I'm coming. He left again now. APC, PDP to ADC. Okay. Who is Tambuwal? 1999. He was special assistant to Senator Abdullahi Wali of Sokoto, 1999. Yes, correct. He left. He joined his APP or DPP or whatever they call. Yes, correct. Right? He came back to PDP. He became a speaker. Were those who funded that position. Yes.
I thought...
No, I'm coming to that. He won. He left PDP and went to APC. right? In 2014, he left APC by 2017 to join PDP. So he will run for presidentialism. Now again, he's going back to ADC. Now, look at the trajectory. Look at that article. Now, mention Wike from 1999 to now.
PDP and 2023 supported.
No. No. With due respect to you. No. No. Now, in 2019, who was Tambuwal? I. Who was the Tambuwal people were hearing? Because of Tambuwal, I had to take the National Convention to Port Harcourt.
Because of Tambuwal?
Yes.
You did that because of...
Because of, yes. I did that. No.
But you also failed in that.
No.
You wanted Tambuwal.
What is important is you being consistent with people.
So you have supported him all along?
I'm coming. I will tell you. How did he become governor? It was Wamako, who was the governor then. When he was leaving second time, he brought him to be governor. Remember? Now, in Tambuwal second term of 2019, as a sitting governor, it was tough. It was runoff. He won with 342 or 346 votes. A sitting governor, second time governor. It was tough. I appointed the legal team to defend that matter.
As your friend then?
I have always stood that friendship. I've always done that. Nobody can challenge me that, look, I agree this with you, but I'm coming. I sent my lawyer, Isu Kale, saying, another senior advocate. No. Why? I saw the legal team of APC, led by Dr. Alex Zion. I said, no, we have a problem. The margin was too narrow. So you need to have a crack team. I did it, but at that point.
And you funded the legal team?
Of course.
Did you fund his return to office?
That I won't go there. Secondly, when we are doing presidential election 2022, everybody knew. I was everywhere. I was the man to beat in that election. It turned out they were meeting in General Guzo's house. Ali Guzo, yes. They couldn't stand it. I've taken off everywhere. They told Saraki to withdraw. Saraki said he won't withdraw. They told Bala Mohammed to say he won't withdraw. Tambuwal refused. In that convention, every candidate, every aspirant was allowed to come and speak. The mistake I made was that I allowed my supporters in Kano and Katsina and some of them to wear our uniform. When I addressed the congregation, it was, look, there was a problem. I want Kano 90%. I want Katsina about 80-something%. That was where the mark brought his knowledge of military coup and the former Senate president. He was the chairman of the convention. Every candidate, every aspirant has spoken. Now, for us now to vote. Then we had an announcement that there's an announcement. What was the announcement? We thought maybe the electoral committee would say, look, this is what you will do, this is what you will not do. When did I see? I've been in Tambuwal. What did you say? My brothers, this and that. I want to withdraw from the race. I have no problem. But we went for that. Vote for my senior brother, Atiku, who today preach without calling us other aspirants to come and address. That was what they rigged it with David Mark. Now I'm coming. Tambuwal negotiated to be the DG of the campaign and to be the Senate president. Election, you see they are, because they believe the government then was supporting them. So Tambuwal was to be the Senate president. So they now made him DG. That's okay.
There was an agreement.
Yes, that was how you stopped that.
That if he supported Atiku,
yes,
he was going to be made Senate president.
Yes.
And you are privy to that.
Why would I buy a kid? I'm not a kid in this game. I've been here. They made me a DG. And that would need to be the Senate president when he wins. Thinking that they will win. You know, they always assume. They will tell you, oh, the North has said this has said this. Tell you all kinds of stories. Now let me tell you what happened. The next day, I saw that bloody man I chased out of the party. Are you? Yes, I chased him out of the party.
You did?
Of course. Very corrupt. Very corrupt.
But when you were
hold on now,
when you were making when you wanted the same way you wanted Uche Secondos to become chairman, you wanted Ayu to become chairman.
No, that's not what happened. Let me tell you what. So that people should hear what happened. So you get the bargain. But first of all, I have no regret. Man was collecting money left, right, and center.
From who?
He collected from Atiku to that. He went to Lagos. I said severally now. Why I say so? I have to kick him after the chairman of the party. I did. I have no regret. So he went to Tambuwal's house and said, "You are the hero of the convention." We laughed. That's okay. Hero of convention. We became heroes of the democracy. We say we will fail you, and we failed them, and I'm not regret about it. Yes, even for him to cleanse the Senate, he had to do the run as a sitting governor. He had to do the run. Let me come and tell you something. Let any Nigerian, let anybody come out in this country today. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not. Say, look, Sheung, me and Wike were agreed on something like this. He refused to do this. Look, when I heard Tambuwal say, it's very, very disrespectful. To the point when he said that Asuwaju is confined to Lagos. It's not a fair player. Very insulting.
What is insulting here? That is
No, I'm coming. This was a former senator. You remember Asuwaju was a former senator? Mm-hmm. You remember Asuwaju has been involved, even Buhari and the rest of them being in power. He played a role. Asuwaju has been involved in helping people they made as governors in other states. It's very, very unbecoming for somebody like Tambuwal who come on national television to say Asuwaju is confined to Lagos. Very insulting. Very insulting. And again, I heard him say that Asuwaju can't take number. You knew that he has won. That's very insulting.
You don't think Asuwaju can be defeated in 2027? Those are the
things. I'm coming now. I'm coming, Shehu. Let's take it one by one. He said Nigerians will vote Asuwaju. I have no problem. Which of the Nigerians? The Nigerians that stay in Sokoto, that he has no control. Nigerians in Sokoto, he could not produce his successor. They didn't listen to him. Nigerians in Sokoto that is not allowing him to win first election until he does a run as a sitting governor. So which of the Nigerians will we talk to? Those in Sokoto that he had no control over. He will tell them, don't vote for Asuwaju. Come on. Come on. Look. I said I was going to support Asuwaju. It's not correct. I did. Did he win or not? Did I not produce the governor? Did I not produce the National Assembly? Did I not produce the House of Assembly? Come on, what are we talking about?
Give me
No. I'm coming, Shehu. I'm coming. The only thing which is very embarrassing, when I hear Tambuwal talking, you can see, have you picked snail before? I don't know where you come from.
Well, I
don't know where you come from.
Okay.
Well, some of those who are from the Niger Delta, from the family, they tell you go and pick snail. When you see the shell of a snail, you think there is a snail there. You understand? When you get there, you look at it. The snail is not like that. There's ordinary shell. That's Tambuwal.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
That?
As you think that you are dealing with a human being. Ask anybody.
Is that fair to say to your friend?
No. It's not about being fair. Is it what I said? Is it correct or not? It's not about the being fair. Look, I've told you here. We made him to be the chairman of PDP Governors Forum. Someone cannot talk about leadership. What is leadership? Take, for example, what the leadership of Atiku will say. He will say. You remember, under Obasanjo's book, My Watch, he said, and I quote him, not me say, that when he was running for president of this country, and for him to appoint a vice presidential candidate, he made a mistake, which was an honest mistake. And he thanked God that God forgave him. Because he made an honest mistake. That's their principle. He went further. That Atiku is not a man that can be trusted. He cannot stand for truth. He's pencher for corruption. Atiku, what's the name? Buhari. Your boss gave you a testimony. You know what they call testimony? Mm-hmm. Testimony. Obasanjo gave the testimony of his subordinate. So when they talk about leadership, what leadership? I have shown leadership. I have said, look, you cannot do this. If you do this, you pay for it. I have come out to say, I am not going to support it because it's wrong.
It looks to me that you're still very pained and still very much unhappy with how Aminu Tambuwal treated you. No. That dashed your hope of becoming the PDP candidate in 2022.
No. It only exposed him.
But was a backbreaker for you.
No.
Your ambition was dashed.
Wike has referred to Tambuwal and Atiku as best of the same feather that flocks together. He recalled the account of Atiku jumping from one political party to another in quest of the president seeking for presidential ticket, which he never gets at the end of the day. He had jumped from APC to ADC to PDP to AC to this and to that, back to PDP and all of that, including Tambuwal, his friend. He has attributed them as birds of the same feather, comparing them with himself as regarding leadership that has remained in a particular party from since 1999 up until date, that has not changed party and has been consistent. We can say that Tambuwal and Atiku are not consistent, so you cannot compare them and talk about leadership. Wike is a better leader than Tambuwal. You recall that Tambuwal was on channel television too about last week or so, and then he made a whole lot of emphasis that Wike is a good friend but cannot be trusted with leadership. Of course, a lot of persons read different meaning to this. Bringing in Wike's attitude. Some have attributed that Wike's toxic attitude cannot make him a better leader, which probably is where Tambuwal was actually going to indirectly. And so, because of that, Wike coming up on Channels TV today has the opportunity, and then when he was asked these questions, he threw a whole lot of jabs at Atiku and Tambuwal, and then Wike also alleged that he was the architect of Atiku's failure. In fact, in the last election, that he ensured that Atiku never existed, and I never had any regrets to that. Wike will claim that he was the architect of Atiku's failure, said he has no regret and he was ready to do it over and over again. That these guys are not trustworthy, that you cannot trust them on anything. Then he now boasted and see recount any leader or any politician who has ever had a deal with him and then come back to say that Wike failed. That him never felt leadership, agreement. That unlike these other people who betrays people, Anyway, Sha, let us know what you think about all these things that Wike has actually said. Wike said a whole lot about Atiku and Tambuwal. He made a whole lot of expository. Politics in Nigeria is just a different ball game that, if it plays in your favor, you talk with a different mouth. And if it does not dance to your tune, you twist it to the other side. And that has actually been the politics of Nigeria. The politicians will see a white and will categorically tell you that this thing is black. So obviously, Wike decided to work with Tinubu in APC just to frustrate PDP and to frustrate Atiku. This is what it means. And Wike also alleged that he was the one who sent Ayo out of PDP. This is a pure... Anyways, let's keep our finger crossed and watch and see how Atiku, Tambuwal, or maybe Ayo is going to come out to reply back at Wike. 2027 is going to be full of drama, political toggles and all of that. Of course, I know a lot of politicians are ganging up against Tinubu and then Wike. Remember that Wike still have a grant on PDP. While PDP are trying to send him away from PDP, he has insisted that him is still part and parcel. In fact, that him is one of the founding father. Him is one of the stakeholder that has upheld and has held on PDP. And with this, I believe that the president is strongly behind Wike to ensure that his interest is protected. Everybody is playing on their interest. Anyway, let us know what you think. Do you think that Wike will make a better leader compare as to what Tambuwal has alleged? Or do you think it was also a political statement as usual? After they'll talk and they'll come back to tell you that it was just one of those things that they normally say, against oppositions. Tell us exactly what you think about this whole thing. Thank you and see you in the next video.